Brandon Podziemski is playing the most minutes on the team.
Take their time.
Turn around, good, another big bucket.
Draymond Green is suddenly hitting every three-pointer.
And Draymond Green comes back and leads.
And Buddy Hield is the leading scorer for the Warriors.
Corner, Hield, three, oh! Here by New Orleans. Hield! Look at this. Waters on the side. Good looking Buddy Hield triple. And with that.
This is not the same Golden State Warriors team. Somehow, without Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, or even a healthy Stephen Curry, the Warriors are 7-1. What the hell is going on? Just a few months ago, every analyst and NBA expert was saying this team was cooked.
As I told y'all, this team is cooked.
But now, things have changed. Was Klay Thompson the problem all along? Can the Warriors keep up this incredible start? And what does Coach Steve Kerr really have planned with the Golden State's treasure trove of young talent? The Golden State Warriors have been one of the most successful franchises in the past decade, winning 4 championships in just 10 NBA seasons. But after the whole Draymond Green-Jordan Poole incident in 2023, missing out in the playoffs last season, and Klay Thompson going 0 for 10 in an elimination game.
He's 0 for and now making 0 for 5 defensively. Here is Thompson. Another miss. They were in the playoffs. Pushing for the number 5 spot is Ellis.
Let's just say everyone felt the dynasty had finally come to an end. Just look at what Kenny from ESPN said about the Warriors' outlook in August this year.
Steph Curry and a bunch of really solid role players, which is cool. That might be able to get them 44 wins out. Like, it could be a decent season, but you're not looking at that roster saying a contender. And
pretty reasonable take if you ask me. Any team with Steph Curry should be solid, but definitely not a top contender in the NBA, all things considering. Right, Kendrick Perkins?
Championship level roster? Absolutely not.
Vegas preseason odds were at plus 3,000 for the Warriors winning an NBA championship, behind teams like the Lakers, the Bucks, and the Clippers. So the rest of the world seems to agree too. But the Warriors GM, Mike Dunleavy, was confident in his new roster. In a preseason interview, he told ESPN that he liked their discipline, growth, and their all-in mentality, acknowledging the Warriors' ticking clock to win another NBA championship.
There's no point in going all in to be, slightly above average. When you go all in, you got to feel like you're all in.
Remember, Steph's 36 in his 16th NBA season, and like it or not, it's only a matter of time before the chef is done cooking. The Golden State Warriors have to give him the best opportunity to win now. Normally, this would be for a huge trade for a star player like Paul George, but the Warriors couldn't cut a deal and instead went with depth, adding players like Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, DeAnthony Melton, and others. And so far this season, it looks like a genius move. Right now, the Warriors have the 3rd best offense and 2nd-ranked defense in the entire league. Just watch some of these plays. Here's a corner action started by Draymond Green, getting the ball to Kyle Anderson in the mid-post. Kyle Anderson calls for Buddy Hield to start the split action for a 3-pointer. But the defender Jordan Hawkins jumps the pick too soon, and Lindy Waters III makes a beautiful back cut for an easy layup.
They get the cutting Waters for 2.
On this play, 36-year-old Stephen Curry picks up at 94 feet. The slight pressure forces a Utah Jazz turnover, leading to an easy spot-up 3 for Andrew Wiggins.
And then you get a 3.
And this play needs no breakdown. Steph Curry to Buddy Hield for a dagger 3. Just look at the team chemistry already on this team.
It's good! Buddy Hield from downtown!
All of this success can be pointed to a few crazy plans, like Steve Kerr's 12-man rotation.
Or garbage time, and Kerr elaborated after the game.
We're going to do it. I've never played 12 before, but we're going to do it, so.
Yep, you heard that right. Most NBA teams have a tight 7 or 8 player rotation, especially during the playoffs. And there's a good reason for it. It's hard to develop team chemistry, rhythm, and flow, but the Warriors are blowing that idea out of the water. Right now, 13 guys are averaging more than 10 minutes per game. For reference, the Suns and the Nuggets only have 10 players with 10 plus minutes per game. So where are these extra minutes going? Well, Brandon Podziemski is taking on more responsibility by leading the team in minutes per game. The 21-year-old has great vision with dimes like these.
Nice pass. Motion. Final minute of the 3rd, and Looney!
Although he's in quite a shooting slump. Moses Moody is finally getting some minutes and playing well. averaging 10.6 points on 66 effective field goal percentage.
Moses has to launch the three and got it.
J.P. DeRosa and Natalie Sago. Jackson Davis, here comes Moody!
And Lindy Waters III is taking full advantage of his opportunity. The 27-year-old shooting guard went undrafted in 2020. He started his first NBA game, and so far this year, he's averaging 6 points on 50% from 3 and 70% from 2.
12 for Keontae George.
Around Green, Euro step for the deuce.
That's a good one. An open Lindy Waters 3.
Even the former #1 pick from the PLL, the Professional Lacrosse League, he's getting some playing time too. Here's Pat Spencer scoring 4 points in a single game.
That was tipped right there, picked up by Reese Beekman. To Spencer, flies inside.
Dante Murray going to be gone for another month and a half.
Which doubled his entire NBA career total to 8 points. But these guys are all auxiliary pieces to the Warriors' new core. So what about the fallout from the Klay Thompson situation? Who won the trade? Well, it's early still, but Buddy Hield is averaging nearly 22 points per game for the Warriors and shooting 50% from behind the three-point line, the highest scoring average of his entire career.
I think he's got the red suit. He was so popular that night. Jimsky back to Hield, gets a reprieve and dumps that.
Meanwhile, Klay is averaging his lowest points per game of his entire career at 14.7 and shooting at 38.7% from three-point range. But it's not just Buddy that's playing amazing basketball in Golden State. Andrew Wiggins is playing some of the best basketball of his entire career too.
Gets back in, extends. Outside on the wing, Melton, standstill triple.
Averaging 15.6 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, and 44% from three-point range. The Warriors need him to be great all season long if they're going to make a charge for the chip this season. But the one player that's the most shocking, it's Draymond Green. Right now, Draymond is shooting 52% from beyond the arc. That's amazing, and definitely not going to last too long.
Zion Williamson is just a bowling ball of power.
Yep, that's an air ball from a wide open corner three. But even with the Warriors' incredible shooting, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with the 12-man rotation. The limited minutes and inconsistent lineups will definitely rub some players the wrong way, like Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga is in his last year of his contract, and everyone knows what that means for basketball players. It's time for him to ball out and get paid. But Kuminga is playing fewer minutes and scoring less points. Sure, his team is winning, but how long before the Warriors hit a little slump? I mean, at that point, who can't blame for Kuminga wanting a bit more personal success so he can get that big contract? This happened last year when we saw both Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga in the headlines for their desire to play more. Like I said earlier, Stephen Curry is about to turn 37 years old this season, and the Warriors need to be ready to pull something off drastic so that they can win another championship now. Sure, they're trying to outmatch other teams with their depth, but if that doesn't work, the Warriors might look elsewhere for help. And who better to go to than Giannis Antetokounmpo? With how things are looking with the Bucks right now, Giannis seems committed to leaving Milwaukee. I mean, everybody heard what he said about results and championships. Quote, "If we don't win a championship, I might get traded." So if the 12-man rotation fails and the Warriors are really serious about going for a championship, landing Giannis could be a home run. Giannis is everything the Warriors need, and the Warriors have everything that Giannis wants in Milwaukee, especially since the situation over there isn't looking so good. After firing Adrian Griffin and bringing in Damian Lillard, everyone thought the Bucks were ready to go for their second title since 2021. But it just hasn't lined up like that, and it doesn't look like it's going to anytime soon. So far this season, the Bucks are 1-6, and their only win came against the Embiid-less 76ers. Once again, it looks like Doc Rivers is running another franchise to the ground. Brook Lopez is averaging the fewest points of his entire NBA career. Gary Trent Jr. is having one of the worst shooting efficiencies of his entire career at 28% field goal percentage. And to top it off, Chris Middleton is out with injury. You can't blame anything on Giannis or Dame like you did last year either. The two are putting up all-star numbers and combining for nearly 60 points per game. Right now, the Bucks are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and it doesn't look like Doc Rivers knows what to do about it. So do you think the Warriors would be willing to part ways with their young core to land Giannis? Or will Steve Kerr try the impossible and run with a 12-man rotation all year? What would you do if you were the Warriors GM and wanted to capitalize on Stephen Curry's last prime seasons? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by subscribing. Make sure to tick on notifications because my next Henry Hoops video is about how a fat and lazy slob took his revenge on the entire NBA. It's going to be wild. Peace.